Hello lovely people, thanks a lot for clicking on this video. My name is Unwa Diuto and I am a teens coach. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to keep your teens busy during this lockdown. I'd like to appreciate every first responder and every doctor that have taken out their time to look after us. Your services, your labor of love is not taken for granted. The Lord renew your strength in Jesus' name. So yay, finally, we have the whole family at home. Yes, nobody is going off to work. Nobody is, well, for most of us, everyone is seated at home. And I can just imagine teenagers with parents, 24 hours, never happened before. What do you say to each other? Exactly, that awkward moment where you're all just staring at each other with nothing to say. But then it's a good one. It's time for everyone to take a compulsory break. It's not a holiday because you're not going out, you're not paying visitations, you're just at home in your house. So it's a lockdown, not a holiday. So we're going to be sharing tips on things that we could do during this lockdown. So the first point I would like to say is relax and breathe. Just take out time to relax, breathe. Now in your time of relaxation, I would love you to make a list. Make a list of all the things that you have blamed on no time. Everything you have said you wished you have time to do in the home, with your kids, with your spouse. But you always say, man, no time to do this. This is the time for you to write them all out, down to the smallest of things. So take out a book, a sheet of paper, whatever works for you, and write these things down. I would love you to also tell your teenager to do this. They should write it down on a list. We'll be visiting that list soon. So number 2, I would say have a routine that works. Don't plan every second of every day. I mean, some things just happen spontaneously. We're not going anywhere. But then have a routine. When we wake up in the morning, what do we do? What is that thing that must be done in the day? So have a routine that works for you, works for your child, works for your family in general. Number 3 would be assign chores to your children. Let's be honest and let's be truthful. In as much as we say teenagers, children should have chores around the house. Yes, but the things they could do, there's a limit to the kind of chores they could do. Because they're off to school early in the morning, and then by the time they're back, there are several other lessons that they have to do, coupled with the assignment that they've been given. So they have little or nothing to do during the week, except weekends, where we try to ensure that they do certain things. But now we're on lockdown. All hands must be on deck to ensure that the house doesn't crumble. So assign them chores. Number 4 would be time to set ground rules. Every home needs ground rules. You have a dream of how your home should be. As a parent, you want your children to be prim and proper, to be nice and kind to each other, all those kind of things, those dreams you have. I'm not saying they will not banter from time to time, but you know the picture you have in your mind for your home. Set ground rules that will help you achieve that dream. It might not be 100% achievement, but you know that you are guided. There are some ground rules that you set with your children, and then there are some that it is just you enforcing it. But whatever way it is, I would love it if the consequences could be set by your children. So should they break a ground rule, the consequence should come into play. Something that you could do this period, number 5, will be have that dreaded talk. You know that talk that you've been wanting to have with your child, that you just feel the time is never right, or you're afraid of how your child will react? This is the time for you to have that dreaded talk. So what is it about? Is it your child's character issue, or is it sex talk? Is it his finances? Whatever that talk is about, this is the time for you to have it. The home is meant to be where he's safest. So don't talk to your child in such a way that he would wish he could run away or find somewhere else to live. So speak to your child seriously, but in a relaxed atmosphere. So finally, it's time for you to visit the list. You've looked at your child's list, you've looked at your list. It's time for you to begin to do the activities on both lists. look for the activities that you can do together. So that is a good bonding time, isn't it? So visit your lists and begin to do the things together that are on your lists. So some suggestions of activities that you could do together as a family. Number one, you wake up in the morning, have time for devotion. If you all are not morning people, then you could have it at night. Baby steps. I mean, you're just introducing this for the first time. So have it in the morning or have it at night. Then you can begin to have it morning and night. Then you can have a strict timing for it. Every 6 a.m. in the morning and every 8 p.m. in the evening. Whatever works for your family. It could be changing of car tires, both for female and male. So everyone needs that knowledge. Remember, they say knowledge is power and no knowledge is a waste. It could be rearranging the furniture in the house. It could be cooking or baking together. That's usually fun, both male and female. Remember, everything we are saying here is male and female. Then work out together. Schedule a routine that works. Everybody do as I do. Everybody take turns in leading the workout daily. But it's something that you could do together as a family. You could do a book review together. Read books. Give your child the book to read. You also read it. And then you could discuss about the book. You could talk about your job to your child. Your child just knows you are an engineer and you go to work every day. What do you major in? Are you a mechanical engineer or are you a chemical engineer? Better still, if you are working from home, then it's a good thing. Your child can actually see what you do. So you can explain what you're doing to your child. It is better, and then they understand really what mommy does or what daddy does. So you find out that from your child's list of things that your child wants to do, you get to know who your child is. So spending time with your child daily, hearing what your child says, body language, all that, also gives you an idea of whom your child really is. Then from what your child has written down, gives you an idea of the direction your child is going towards. So you see, lockdown is not generally bad. It has its good sides too. So now finally, for those of us that were to write our final exams this year, I will advise that you don't go into a shutdown mode. You want to read and keep reading, solving past questions and keep doing that. The same way the lockdown came upon us, that's the same way things will resume after the lockdown. And there's no time. So your school or the examination board will be wanting to meet up with time. So it simply means that right after the lockdown, you might be writing your final exams. And you don't want to be that child that is not ready for their exams. So keep reading, I would advise. Do not stop reading. Every day, read a page or two. Solve questions every day. So these are some links, some sites that will help you. So for those of you writing your final exams, these are some links that are going to help you. You could click on them. Some are free, some are not free. So you need to pay a token to go through this. So visit these links. It simplifies the lessons. So if there's a subject or a particular topic you do not understand, click on it and it's going to help give a detailed explanation for you to understand better. Then for your little kids too, they are not left out. These sites will help to keep them busy. There are activities they could do. So for their screen time, you could let them do this activities that will also keep their brain active while they are home. So thanks a lot for watching. Do not forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up if it was helpful. So see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.